यस, कौन कौन है मेरे साथ आज इस लाइव स्ट्रीम पर? शो का नाम तो आप जानते हैं, इट्स अ कॉफी एंड क्रिकेट लाइव स्ट्रीम. गॉट माय मग फ्रॉम द लवली पीपल एट कॉफी कल्चर भीलवाड़ा. वी टॉकिंग क्रिकेट, वी लाइव एंड लुक दोस्तों, आज जो है तीसरा T20 मैच है इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया के बीच गुवाहाटी में. इंडिया लीड द सीरीज 2-0. मैं तो पहले भी कह चुका हूं कि इंडिया शुड विन दिस सीरीज, और भले ही ये सीरीज जीत जाए 4-1, 3-2, 5-0, मार्जिन की छोड़िए, बिकॉज this to my mind in many ways is a rather inconsequential series given that what some 10 days ago the Indian team failed to win the one day World Cup. बहुत सारे प्लेयर जो हैं इंडिया के स्क्वाड में वो नहीं है, किसी को रेस्ट दिया गया है, किसी को ब्रेक दिया गया है, कोई रिकवर कर रहा है. लॉट ऑफ डाउट्स over whether Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli will ever play T20s again. जो मैंने सुना है सूत्रों के अनुसार, और ये बहुत बार कह चुका हूं पिछले 5-6 महीने में इसी चैनल पर, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू प्ले T20s अगेन, जो मैंने सुना है. It's been over a year since Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli played T20s, and so that's enough indication to me that the team has moved past them. जो मैंने ये भी सुना है कि खुद दोनों खिलाड़ी गए थे सिलेक्टर्स के पास कि भैया एक वनडे वर्ल्ड कप साल है, एक T20 वर्ल्ड कप अगले साल है, और इस there's also the WTC final, so इस साल के लिए हमें T20s के लिए select मत करना. Whether that means that they have moved on from T20s entirely, not quite sure. I would like to believe, yes, I like to believe that the selectors, the team management, whoever steps in as the next coach, Hardik Pandya to hey captain. I would hope that Hardik Pandya's team, and if it is VVS Lakshman who will be taking over the coaching job, together with the selectors, they start to play. They start to pick and plan players around next year's T20 World Cup, which is a little over, I think, 6 months away from now in the West Indies. Does that include Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli? I would like to say no. I think the team has to look ahead. और उस लिहाज से अगर हम अभी जो सीरीज चल रही है हम उसके स्क्वाड को देखें, बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स हैं जो खेल रहे हैं, क्योंकि द सिलेक्टर्स हैव रिवॉर्डेड कंसिस्टेंसी. जो फिलहाल इंडियन स्क्वाड है इस 5 मैच की श्रृंखला के लिए, इट्स मेड अप ऑफ प्लेयर्स हु बीन डूइंग दिस फॉर अ व्हाइल नाउ. सूर्य कुमार यादव for one, but primarily it's players who went to Ireland for that 3 match series. It's primarily players who went to the Asian Games where the Indian team won a gold medal. So it's a mix of experience in the likes of Surya Kumar Yadav. Um, Prasidh Krishna has played a lot of cricket at the domestic level and the IPL. And there's a lot of young players who are just taking their first steps. Some of them are only a few months old. So, us nazar se, let's cast a quick look at India's ongoing squad for this series. Of course, चौथे और पांचवें मैच के लिए श्रेयस अय्यर वापस आएंगे. He's been rested for 3 matches, and then he will resume the vice captaincy duties. Let's look at the current Indian squad and try and figure out कि 6 महीने बाद जब T20 वर्ल्ड कप खेला जाएगा वेस्ट इंडीज में, तो इस स्क्वाड में से कौन कौन होगा, या perhaps might even fade away by the time the bigger names come back. Let's go quickly. सूर्य कुमार यादव कप्तान है, ऋतुराज गायकवाड वाइस कप्तान है पहले 3 मैच के लिए, और आज तीसरा मैच है. ईशान किशन, यशस्वी जायसवाल, तिलक वर्मा, रिंकू सिंह, जितेश शर्मा कीपर नंबर 2, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, अक्षर पटेल, शिवम दुबे, माफी चाहूंगा, रवि बिश्नोई, अर्शदीप सिंह, प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा, आवेश खान, and Mukesh Kumar. Now, like I said, setting aside for a minute the debate whether Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli will come back, let's assume, like I believe, they will not play another T20. कौन कौन है जो फिलहाल इस स्क्वाड में नहीं है, जिनका नाम शामिल होगा T20 वर्ल्ड कप के लिए? शुभमन गिल is one, Hardik Pandya is another, Kuldeep Yadav should be another because of the success he's had. Beyond that, दोस्तों बहुत बहुत कम प्लेयर है. श्रेयस अय्यर तो आएंगे, राइट? टू माय माइंड सूर्य कुमार यादव विल गो नेक्स्ट ईयर, ऋतुराज गायकवाड विल प्रोबब्ली गो, ईशान किशन विल बी द सेकंड कीपर. ऋषभ पंत, फिलहाल ऋषभ पंत का नाम मैं यहां नहीं डाल रहा हूं, क्योंकि अभी जो खबर आ रही है वो जैन या फेब के महीने में रणजी ट्रॉफी शुरू करेंगे. विल नॉट हैव इनफ match time, competitive match time, given the horrific accident he had just under a year ago. ऋषभ पंत नहीं शामिल होंगे उस 5 टेस्ट मैच की श्रृंखला में. उसके बाद आईपीएल, इफ ऋषभ पंत कैन गेट थ्रू a couple rounds of the Ranji Trophy, we can assume कि वो वापसी करेंगे competitive cricket आईपीएल को लेकर. But it'll be too short notice for him to get picked for India's T20 World Cup squad next year. So उस लिहाज से ईशान किशन आपके एक कीपर हैं, और most likely Jitesh Sharma will be the second keeper. Rinku Singh, big fan of him. You know how much I backed him on this channel. He will definitely go to the T20 World Cup next year. Tilak Verma जाएंगे, Washington Sundar जाएंगे, Akshar Patel should go. I think Shivam Dubey is a doubt. I think Prasidh Krishna and Avesh Khan are doubts, and I think Mukesh Kumar definitely will not go. क्योंकि मोहम्मद सिराज और जसप्रीत बुमराह ये दोनों फास्ट बॉलर वापस आएंगे. That means at least 2 fast bowlers have to go out. I believe Kuldeep Yadav will come back. another spinner will have to go out, and then when Shubman Gill comes out, one batsman will have to go out. It could be that indeed Rituraj Gaikwad goes out. Halanke, having said that, I still feel of the three formats, शुभमन गिल ने अभी तक T20 अंतरराष्ट्रीय T20 में अपना नाम फिक्स नहीं किया है, अपना नाम पक्का नहीं किया है इंडिया की स्टार्टिंग 11 में, because look at next year's T20 World Cup. It's going to be played in the West Indies, where he struggled across formats this year. He'll definitely be in the squad, but I don't think, to my mind, he's still a lock in for number one. I believe Yashasvi Jaiswal should be that one name. 99.9% that second name will be Shubman Gill. And then, of course, Shreyas Iyer comes back and bats at number three. So, us lihaz se, Sky rahenge. Gaikwad actually probably will not be there. Ishan Kishan will be your first choice keeper. Yashasvi Jaiswal, Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Jitesh Sharma should be around. Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, Dubey, I don't think will make it. Bishnoi will make it. Arshdeep will make it. Prasidh Avesh or Mukesh Kumar ko lekar mujhe doubt se. But who knows? We're a long, long way from selection. I don't think next year's IPL will be any major criteria for the BCCI in selecting the T20 World Cup, because जब आपको ICC को squad announce करना पड़ेगा, you'll be halfway through the IPL. I believe the success stories from this year's IPL, as well as the ones who've been playing for India in the T20I format this year and who will continue to do so. There's a series in South Africa next month, then Afghanistan are coming, and then you have the IPL. I believe the core of the squad should be those identified from the players who've been doing duty and from the players who, like I just mentioned, are in the current squad, as well as the six names who will come back, Shreyas Iyer included, for the next two matches at some point over the next couple months. But the question I have for all of you today: do you think the BCCI, the team management, the selectors, are they looking at this current ongoing series against Australia just 4 days after the heartbreak of the World Cup? Are all these people looking at next year's T20 World Cup when picking this squad? I'm not so sure, but let's hope that they actually are. Because, like I've been saying, you need to start planning now for something you hope to win 6 months down the line. Chali. Let me now move to your comments. I'll take a sip of coffee. And I think बहुत सारे comments आए जब मैं बात कर रहा था, तो आप में से बहुत लोग comment कर रहे थे. Let's see. Swapnil is back, always a regular viewer. India should maintain. Yes, we discussed it yesterday. Three different squads, correct? And I think I replied to you saying it's an idealistic view. It's a practical view, but many factors will lead me to believe कि Swapnil ये हो नहीं पाएगा, because it's just not how Indian cricket right now is thinking. But I get your point. Shreyas, Jamie, do you think there should be standard cricket pitch across the world like a synthetic pitch? No. Then there's no point. That's nothing. Nothing can be standard in a sport like cricket where the pitch has so much to say. Not possible. Genuine question. Hockey did that and tennis too, and it was very unfair, but it brought consistency. I understand where you're coming from, but if it's not happened now in cricket, it's definitely not going to happen in the future. It can be done, but nahi bhai, hoga nahi. Shubham, greetings. Thank you. My heart says Rohit for T20 World Cup. My mind says younger than it. Hoga nahi bhai. They've moved on from them. They've moved on. You're right. Sponsors would do anything to get these two to play. But again, their last T20I match was November 10th. They're not playing this series. They're not going to go to South Africa. They're definitely not going to play three T20s against Afghanistan. And that's India's last T20I assignment next year before the IPL. So I just don't think it's going to happen, my friend. Mohit keh rahe hain Jaiswal. Bilkul Jaiswal. Jasprit Bumrah unfollowed Mumbai Indians on Twitter, Instagram. Things are not looking good in Mumbai Indians. Well, yes, I mean, things have not been. I think, Ravi Shankar, you were also there on the show yesterday that I was doing for Cricket Next on this whole topic. We did an hour and 5 minute long show on what's happening in Mumbai Indians, and I expressed reservations. A lot of people seem to believe, the fans, some of my media colleagues, many journalists, believe the Mumbai Indians are this one family which takes care of itself. I've expressed doubt over that, and I think what you're saying now, the signs are there that definitely all is not good inside the family that is Mumbai Indians. CFC is blue. CFC blue is saying what? Wait, kahan gaya aapka comment? Do you agree with selection through IPL form? Absolutely. I've said this many times down the years. Syed Mushtaq Ali is not a selection criteria for India. It's a selection criteria to get into the IPL. And India's T20I squads and one-day squads are built 90% out of talent that comes through the IPL. The other 10% are the big names who've been playing from before the IPL became a big thing. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. IPL, I mean, IPL is the feeder system to India's white ball team. Shreyans saying cricket as a sport would not survive if at various points of time it's unfair for one team and toss is such a big factor. There should be a big debate on the consistency. No, I mean, look, it's this game has no other sport in the history of sports, Shreyansh, has been tinkered with more than cricket, and the game still survives. I think the bigger issue more than this is why are there so few teams that are good at playing one-day cricket? T20I is going to survive for a long, long, long time. Test cricket will survive for a good amount of time. It's the one-day game that will not survive because there's just not enough competition because players either want to go wholeheartedly into test cricket, boards want to go into test cricket, or the boards want to get into T20s. Boards players, they don't really care about one day cricket right now. So I'm not worried about the toss. Toss was not such a big factor in this World Cup. It was for the ones that chose to field. I think results will say that you want to bat in a World Cup in India, but that will not be the same if a World Cup is held in South Africa, if the World Cup is held in England. So I'm actually okay with the consistency of the game. My only real concern these days is why is the one day format so poor? Dhruv is saying, I feel like come T20 World Cup will include KL, Shreyas, and others. Shreyas Iyer has to go. I mean, he's the future. KL Rahul should not be there, but I didn't take his name because I think they're not going to pick him. Um, but Jaiswal and Rinku, 100% they will be good. Barring injury, Jaiswal and Rinku will 100% go there. वर्ल्ड कप हारे तो क्या इंडिविजुअल रिकॉर्ड तो सबके बन ही गए बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हो हम आप लोग खुद इंडिविजुअल रिकॉर्ड्स इंडिविजुअल नाम्स को आप प्लेयर से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देते हो तो हम सभी का दोष है इसमें अब बाकी काम सबका पीआर संभालेगा कोई एम्परर कहलाएगा कोई सेल्फलेस कोई प्रिंस यही बात है यार मुझे इसी चीज से मुझे दुख होता है जब फैंस आप लोग जो जुड़ते हो मतलब नॉट ऑल ऑफ यू लेकिन ये किंग कोहली ये गोट कोहली ये फैंस ने ही तो शुरू किया था ना और फिर हम मीडिया वाले भी उस पे अपनी छोंक लगाते हैं हम दाल पर तड़का बनाते हैं I've always said, I mean, I have never in my life used the word God towards any player. कितने साल 20 साल से इस देश के ज्यादा क्रिकेट प्रेमी ने सचिन तेंदुलकर को गॉड कहा था मैंने कहा यार जो इंसान सुबह उठ के टॉयलेट जाता है हम सभी की तरह वो गॉड तो नहीं हो सकता तो मेरे लिए कोई प्लेयर गॉड नहीं है मेरे लिए कोई प्लेयर किंग नहीं है गोट नहीं है प्रिंस नहीं है ये सब फैंस और मीडिया की बनी बनाई टाइटल्स हैं जो हम देते हैं चलिए आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट विराट कोहली यू गॉट 50 हंड्रेड्स आप वर्ल्ड कप तो नहीं जीत पाए तो आई थिंक वी एज अ नेशन नीड टू डू deep self introspection and figure out why are we just a cricket loving nation and inside cricket why are we a individual loving nation a name loving nation and not a team loving nation abhinav keh rahe hain jaiswal is good batsman he shows approach in every match so far he's been very very good shubham keh rahe hain of late BCCI has had a tough time letting go of so-called big names of big tournaments and yielding slots to younger, newer talent. Do you think selectors can get rid of this bad habit? I think they have. I don't think they're going back to Kohli and Virat, Rohit Sharma. जी भाई आईपीएल रिटेंशन पर लाइव आओगे क्या कल मैंने 1 घंटे का लाइव किया भाई कहाँ थे नॉकआउट मैचेस में हमारी बॉलिंग हमेशा पैथेटिक होती है इसलिए हम 10 विकेट से हारते हैं बात तो सही है ज्यादातर यही होता है करेक्ट Ishan has to play in top three, says Mohit. So only one from Gill, Virat, or Shreyas can play. Given Jaiswal is must. Yes, Jaiswal will open. I would, like I said, Mohit. I don't think Shubman Gill has cemented his place as a T20I opener yet. He's had a fantastic year, but look, he only made his debut in T20Is this year. तो अभी उनके पास वो अनुभव नहीं है अंतर्राष्ट्रीय T20s में. He'll definitely be there, but I don't think he's the opener. So Jaiswal has to be one of the openers. अब दूसरा ओपनर चाहे वो गिल हो चाहे चाहे ईशान किशन हो जो भी हो that person is going to have to bat attacking you cannot have one batsman going slow and the other hitting let both them hit ध्रुवेश पूछ रहे 2007 जैसा स्क्वाड होगा क्या फुल ऑफ यंग पीपल उम्मीद करते हैं आई होप यस Ravi Shankar is saying, I think Australia is not giving the value of the series. They're creating team for next 4 or 5 World Cups. They chained their team today for 3 matches. Bilkul, Ravi Shankar, you're right. And I was surprised that Maxwell, Smith, Zampa, that these players actually stayed back. I would have sent in 15 young players. So not surprised that that Smith and Zampa have gone back, and then Maxwell and the others. Header is also going back because this is the most inconsequential series of the whole year. This team is just, I mean, like I was saying in yesterday's live stream when we were talking about the second T20I, the way the Indian team was celebrating, did you see the look that Marcus Stoinis gave them when he walked back? He's like, "भाई तुम लोग क्यों चीख रहे हो? तुम लोग क्यों चिल्ला रहे हो? तुमसे कुछ होता नहीं है. World Cup तो हम जीत चुके हैं." I think that one moment for me personally encapsulated how both teams are taking this series. Utterly pointless series. I would like to believe that, like you said, Australia and India are planning for next year's T20 World Cup, but I think it's just too soon to the one day World Cup. One team's hearts were broken, the other team won the trophy, और उस वर्ल्ड कप के बाद 4 दिन बाद आप एक फिजूल का T20 सीरीज खेल रहे हो. So I just don't think too much is being taken seriously in this series. Hi Pavan, how are you? Swapnil, T20 World Cup playing 11. Jaiswal, Ruturaj, Sky, Tilak, Jitesh, Hardik, Rinku, Washington, Bishnoi, Bumrah, Arshdeep. Uh, Only thing is, my friend, you're gonna need a third pacer. And Hardik Pandya he's good enough, but he's so injury prone. I would say maybe drop one batsman and try to bring in another pace bowler. Otherwise, that's a good 11. Cost up keh rahe hain. Jamie sir, do you think only IPL performance will decide who's going to play T20 World Cup? As last year, Ajinkya played WTC on IPL performance. I mean, that was one of the strangest callbacks I've ever seen. Ajinkya Rahane 8 महीने पहले टीम ने कहा था कि भाई तुमसे टेस्ट क्रिकेट होगा नहीं और एक आईपीएल के बाद उनको बुलाया गया. Strange. I would like to believe that the core squad of next year's T20I World Cup squad for India would be a mix of the players who have been doing this for this year, and maybe you keep one player out of the blue, someone who does well in the IPL. I would like to believe that they will not pick the squad based entirely out of who does well in next year's IPL. Just keep the same core. Of course, Gill आएंगे, Pandya आएंगे, Bumrah आएंगे, Siraj आएंगे, Shreyas Iyer आएंगे. एक दो नाम मैं और भूल रहा हूँ. But just don't bring anyone new. Just use these players who you sent to Ireland, who you sent to the Asian Games, who you're picking now, who you'll send to South Africa next week. Is Samson out of consideration for any format? I think so. I think they wasted enough time on Samson. Shikhar saying Rahul Tripathi is being completely ignored. Probably, but I don't know what his numbers are. So if his name is not coming to mind immediately, I don't think Rahul Tripathi has done enough to get selected. Don't you think we need to groom Tilak over Ishan? Ishan should not bat at 3. Ishan Kishan, my view will never change. Shreyans, Ishan Kishan, अगर आपके white ball team में opening नहीं कर रहे, he shouldn't be there. So I don't think he's going to be able to knock off Gill, Jaiswal. He's a keeper. He's a good keeper, but he's only doing the job until Rishabh Pant comes back. Once Rishabh Pant comes back, you're not going to be hearing or seeing much of Ishan Kishan. Jaiswal, Rinku are starters only for bilaterals. They will mostly likely make it to 15. They won't go full throttle for fearless players. There is mindset problem. We try to fit in anchors. That's correct. I disagree with the first part. I think Jaiswal and Rinku will be playing the big matches, but I agree. Indian cricket traditionally, even now in 2023, still wants anchors. And we saw there's no real need for an anchor in one day cricket, so there's definitely not one in T20 cricket. Abhinav Kare, in my opinion, Rohit is better than Virat. Is any of those correct? I agree, but I don't think you need to go back to someone who's 36 right now. Utsav Kare still don't know why Virat is not playing this format. Because, like I've said many times, Utsav, I've heard that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, सूत्रों के अनुसार, वो खुद गए selectors के पास पिछले साल and said, you know what, we don't have much to offer. You need to start building this team around youngsters. And I'm very, very glad to hear that as per sources, that's what happened. Because if they've not played a T20I for over a year, I just don't see them coming back. So, and there's no need for them. They've served the country brilliantly. Okay, they've not won a T20 World Cup. Rohit Sharma has in his first year, but that's okay. I mean, you cannot take away the greatness of what Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli achieved. But you want to build a squad that can actually win you titles. And right now, with all due respect, at the age of 36 and 35, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are not winning you any titles. I think last week we just saw this. So, आगे बढ़ो यार इन लोगों से. Gill captaincy is years earlier should have given to Kane. If not Kane, maybe Rashid Khan was another option for GT. Personally, can't help but feel sickened how quickly players and media have moved on to random IPL retention announcements. Barely a week move. Bilkul, I've been on 2 such shows, and I've not minced my words. I've said Okay, I understand why we're doing these shows, but I have a problem how quickly we've all moved on from that heartbreak. So I'm on the same page as you, Shubham. मोहित कह रहे हैं जायसवाल गिल कोहली ईशान स्काई रिंकू जडेजा अक्षर नहीं भैया जडेजा से प्लीज आगे बढ़ो कोहली से आगे बढ़ो सैमसन से आगे बढ़ो मुकेश से तो आगे बढ़ो बाकी सब ठीक है Hi sir, I'm big fan of your father in Kranti movie. You are a very good at cricket analysis. Thank you Mukesh Kumar. Thank you very very much. Sweet to you. जय भाई आज तो हीरो लग रहे हो आज सिर्फ आज मुझे लगता है मैं हर दिन लगता हूँ बट ठीक है दिस इज फॉर द वेब सीरीज आई वाज शूटिंग What a shame for India. We can't even produce good bowlers. No, we have very very good bowlers. I'm not sure where that comment comes from. We have damn good bowlers, but unfortunately they had one bad day and it all fell to shit. We don't even try bowling of Tilak Yashasvi. No, Tilak has been tried. He's been tried in two series, so they'll try him more. Never try to develop six, seven bowlers. Same old problem. I mean, I think in regards to this one day World Cup, what really haunted India in the end um, was misreading the conditions. I think Rohit Sharma wanted to bat. It was a wrong decision. I was wrong in saying that it was the right decision. I don't think this, I know a lot of you are not going to understand or agree with what I'm going to say. For me, this was progress in the fact that you got past the semi-final. लेकिन फाइनल में जो ये टीम हारी थी ना तो टीम ने चोक किया ना टीम ने कुछ वो प्रेशर में नहीं आ गए it's beyond and I don't know whether you're going to understand what I'm trying to say here to my mind it was beyond cricketing लॉजिक और ये मैं 28 साल के तजुर्बे से कह रहा हूं 28 साल से मैं इस महान खेल को देख रहा हूं उन 28 सालों में मैंने कभी भी किसी टीम को 40 ओवर में सिर्फ 4 बाउंड्रीज लगाते हुए देखा जिनमें से शायद एक शमी के बल्ले से आया था और एक सिराज से दिस टू मी इज बियॉन्ड क्रिकेटिंग एक्सप्लेनेशन आप में से कोई कहेगा कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने अच्छी बॉलिंग करी अच्छी लाइंस डाले पेस वेरी किया अच्छी फील्डिंग करी ठीक है लेकिन भैया ये विराट कोहली हैं ये केएल राहुल हैं ये श्रेयस अय्यर हैं ये सूर्य कुमार यादव हैं ये बहुत बहुत बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं क्या इन सारे हीरोज को 40 ओवर में सिर्फ 4 बाउंड्री मारने का मौका मिला India lost the World Cup there. But again, like I said, I've never seen something as strange as that, and I'm still trying to grab my head about was that cricket we saw playing? Was that something else? I don't know. Yes, it was an obvious lack of intent, but I do not agree with what you're saying, my friend. K, this was the same mistake repeated. No, I've never seen this kind of mistake. Was it even a mistake? Was this a calculated, risk-free approach? I don't know, my friends. I really cannot tell you in words कि जब मैं एक टीम को और उस टीम को जिनमें सुपरस्टार्स हैं आप लोग इन्हें गोट कहते हो आप इन्हें किंग कहते हो जब ये किंग भिखारी बन गए थे क्योंकि उस दिन वो 40 ओवर में ये सारे किंग प्रिंस सोशल मीडिया सुपरस्टार करोड़ों कमाने वाले हीरो ये सारे मिलके भिखारियों के तरह 40 ओवर में 4 बाउंड्री मार पाए मैच इंडिया वहां हारी एंड दैट्स अनलाइक समथिंग we've ever seen from a team that next to South Africa ends up choking the most. BCCI has a strong PR team that within 1 week all fans forget. बिल्कुल ये जो सारा जुमला चल रहा है हार्दिक पांड्या को लेकर this is all designed to take away from the pain of the World Cup. Timing देखिए in life like in sport timing is everything. जिमी भाई अबे जिमी भाई मेरा नाम नहीं है बे बरसा बारा का पिच आज कैसे खेलेगा भाई थोड़ा स्लो लो वहां पे रहता है अगेन यू नो इट्स वी आर लुकिंग एट द ऑनसेट ऑफ एन अर्ली विंटर हल्का सा ड्यू रहेगा वहां पे बट आई थिंक विन द टॉस bowl first this time. How can a foreign team read the conditions better than the home team? Because that foreign team, my friend, CFC Blue, in the last 2 years, in the last 24 months, has won every single ICC prize there is. 2021, 2 years ago, they won the T20 World Cup. This year, they won the WTC final, and then they won the World Cup. So when you're winning all 3 possible titles, you know that it's not about a hunch, it's not about luck, it's about planning. Like I said in the day after the World Cup final, a majority of Australia's whiteboard tactics in the dressing room were not about Virat Kohli. They were not about Rohit Sharma. They were not about Surya Kumar Yadav. They were about Shreyas Iyer. They planned to get Shreyas Iyer out as soon as possible. It was part of Australia's planning to get KL Rahul and Virat Kohli to the crease as soon as possible because the Australian team believed they saw this as a genuine tactic that Virat Kohli slow खेलेंगे अपने शतक के लिए केएल राहुल उनके साथ खेलकर वो भी स्लो हो जाएंगे क्योंकि वो मुश्किल पिच था केएल राहुल जैसे बैट्समैन के लिए when your planning is that minute that satik it just shows why you have what it takes here India had it in their hearts but India did not have it in their minds to win the one day world cup one man and only one man on that final was playing with intent he was playing risky cricket the others all played risk free cricket, and that's why India got 240 and not 340. Rohit and Kohli have lost the last 6 or 7 T20 World Cups. Fans should not protest if they're not. Bilkul, I don't get this fascination we have with Virat and Rohit. ठीक है यार बहुत अलग लेवल के प्लेयर है महान प्लेयर है लेकिन भैया right now they are best served playing out the remainder of their careers for India in test cricket and like I said earlier until the 2025 Champions Trophy. Please do not expect these players, despite their awesome achievements, to win you a T20 World Cup. नहीं हो पाएगा यार. Can we trust Hardik with his form and fitness? No. If not, we definitely need one senior player, at least one. You've got Suryakumar Yadav, you've got Shreyas Iyer. These are senior players. You don't need more than enough. Is there a thing called as mental and mindset coach? Bilkul there is. Many sports have this. We need such people to help India overcome the mental pressure and develop a winning mentality to win big tournaments. Yes, traditionally, my friend, traditionally, what you're saying makes sense. But like I was just saying a few minutes ago, what India did or failed to do in the World Cup final 10 days ago, to my mind, has nothing to do with all this mental pressure, the big stage. It was just beyond cricketing logic that a team scores 4 boundaries. It was about the intent. They were not even trying to go for boundaries. Very strange. And I'm going to leave it at that. Do you think India should adopt England format of stacking the team with all-rounders? भैया इंग्लैंड के पास all-rounders हैं. वेंकटेश अय्यर डोमेस्टिक में आजकल बहुत कम बॉलिंग डालते हैं वो आईपीएल में बॉलिंग नहीं डालते हैं दीपक चाहर is I'm guessing you're talking about Deepak Chahar or Deepak Huda, I'm not sure. Shivam does not bowl in the IPL. He hardly bowls in domestic because there's not enough domestic players coming through as all-rounders. And सबसे बड़ी बात जो मैं अभी कहूंगा आपसे this impact player rule that the IPL has brought in, it's going to even reduce further the chances of all-rounders coming through. It's because there's an impact player rule that Shivam Dubey did not bowl a single ball for CSK in this IPL, that Venkatesh Iyer did not bowl a single ball for KKR in this IPL, and that Rahul Tewatia has stopped bowling entirely. So ये all-rounders कहाँ से आएंगे जब आपके सबसे बड़े tournaments में, SMAT में, विजय हजारे में और आईपीएल में इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर रूल इज बीइंग यूज्ड सो वाइडली इम्पैक्ट रूल का मतलब है कि एक बंदा एक स्किल छोड़ देगा मजबूरन so I don't think the comparison to England is fair. They have hazar all-rounders. We have basically 3 all-rounders we're dealing with. KL played such an innings that was even slower than Test innings. One of the strangest, bizarrest innings I've ever seen in one-day cricket. Cerebral versus emotional approach made the difference for Australia. Unfortunately, they were former, we were the latter. Bilkul. Will VK and Rohit continue playing Test and ODIs till 27? No, my friend. Rohit Sharma in 27 will be 40. Rohit Sharma, to my mind, will play Tests and one days for 2 more years because he sets goals. He has certain goals. His goal right now will be to get India 2 years down the line to the WTC final once again and then retire. And 2 more years he'll want to play ODIs because I think he wants to win an ICC trophy. So in less than 2 years, there's a 2025 Champions Trophy. Beyond that, I don't think either will play. And Virat Kohli has it in him to play for 4 more years, but in 4 years he'll be 39, and that's very tough on a player of that fitness who also plays a lot of IPL. So 2 more years, to my mind, we'll see the great jodi of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. I heard if your dominant hand is right, then you should bat left-handed because the top hand is more important. हाँ ये तो हमें 25 साल पहले स्कूल में ये बताया गया था, but it didn't work for me. Ravi Shankar is saying Jasprit Bumrah may leave Mumbai Indians or will be traded on his demand as he no longer wants to stay in Mumbai due to some internal issue with the franchise. Bumrah was eyeing him as the future captain. हो सके, I'm telling you, there's still some time. I think December December 12th is the last day for the trades. I think you're going to see a couple more surprising ones. Yes, you are very astute, clinical, and unbiased in your cricket analysis. Thank you. No, thank you, Swapnil, for every day coming here and watching and sharing your views. Thank you, my friend. People forgetting keepers need two keepers. Ishan is front runner. Kale, I don't want. Samson, I don't want. I want Rishabh Pant and Ishan Kishan. But क्योंकि ऋषभ पंत के पास इतना समय नहीं होगा अपने फिटनेस प्रूव करने के लिए, your keepers will probably be Ishan Kishan and Jitesh, and I'm okay with that. Yes, 12 December. रिंकू और जायसवाल वर्ल्ड कप में होंगे नहीं, जरूर 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 होंगे, जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था 25 मिनट पहले, इंजरी के सिवाय इन दोनों प्लेयर्स को ड्रॉप नहीं करेंगे। ये दोनों फ्यूचर है, एक 22-23 का है, एक 25-26 का है। ये जो कारनामे आजकल कर रहे हैं, एक ओपनिंग में एक मिडिल ऑर्डर में, एंड आई एम इवन बजटिंग, दोनों का फॉर्म जाएगा ऊपर नीचे, उनका फॉर्म थोड़ा गिरेगा, आप उस कंसिस्टेंसी पे नहीं खेल सकते हर मैच में, लेकिन उस डिप इन फॉर्म के बावजूद मेरे हिसाब से जायसवाल और रिंकू 100% अगले साल वर्ल्ड कप जाएंगे। व्हाट्स योर व्यू ऑन लक्ष्मण एज कोच फॉर एन अग्रेसिव फॉर्मेट? नको, मला ना पाहिजे, ना ना ना, wrong. You need Ashish Nehra type coaches in T20s. I assume VK and Rohit will still continue to play IPL at 40 plus. No, not 40 plus. I think all that we're seeing with Mumbai Indians in the last 24 hours is a sign that probably from next year the team is going to be shifting into a new dimension. The team will be built around Hardik Pandya's view. Rohit has captained 5 times, but he's going to be 37 about when the IPL starts, and it's probably his last year as an IPL captain. So I think by the time 40, Rohit for sure. Virat Kohli might do it, but again, these people, their priorities are changing. They want to spend time with their family, and I'm all for it. So definitely, I personally, unlike MS Dhoni, I don't see these two players playing at 40 plus in the IPL. Well, दोस्तों, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for reacting, agreeing, disagreeing. जो भी है, आप लोग comment करते हो, अब मैं आपसे engage करता हूँ, भाई को बहुत खुशी मिलती है. Tonight, there's an ODI, sorry, a T20I in Guwahati. I expect Australia to also struggle today. They've sent back, I think, 5 players, or 2 are going, 2 have gone, and 3 will go tomorrow. But overall, again, like I said, it might be fun for people to watch. मुझे कोई मजा नहीं आ रहा है इस T20I series देखने में. That's why I didn't want to get into team prediction, toss, and pitch condition. I wanted to talk about the bigger picture from my mind. Is this series is it worth anything? And if so, is this series being used as a stepping stone to next year's T20 World Cup? And I think पिछले 23 मिनट में, sorry, पिछले 32 मिनट में आप लोग भी मेरी तरह सोच रहे हैं. Love you all. Have a great day. मैं आपसे कल मिलूंगा T20 को थोड़ा रिव्यू करने के टाइम पर. Love you all. Take care. जय हिंद.